If you were a German fighter pilot, if I was a German fighter pilot in 1940 and somebody said, what aeroplane would you like to be flying in 1 year's time? It would be this one, the Focke Wulf 190, otherwise known by the Allies as the Butcher Bird, because that's what it did to Allied pilots, and particularly RAF Spitfire pilots, for a period of almost 2 years until they could finally come up with a fix for the Spitfire. This was a truly incredible aircraft. It was solid, it was robust, it was easy to land, it had big wide track landing gear, had massive armament, 4 20mm cannons and 2 machine guns. This one is a little bit of a rarity. It's actually a training aircraft. It's a two-seater, so it's slightly different. It also has an air-cooled engine. Why is that important? Well, with an air-cooled engine, a radial engine, which was traditionally thought, you can't have that in fast, high-performance fighters. There'll be too much drag from the shape of it. Think again. The Germans managed to get round that, came up with an incredibly high-performance maneuverable fighter. Why is it important that it's air-cooled? Because when you have a water-cooled engine or a glycol radiator, the engine is totally vulnerable to one bullet puncturing a radiator, and that airplane is toast. With this one, you could pepper all round it and actually could have near misses, but the thing would still be flying. So the Americans actually did the same thing with the Thunderbolt, the Jug, later on. Incredibly robust. So this airplane would get you home if you were unfortunate enough to get hit. It was immensely influential on the design of Allied fighters. It was a step change in performance, and whilst the 109 was still going in many variants throughout the war, I think the Focke Wulf 190 was much the sexiest fighter that the Germans produced.